This is another episode of part of my series where I do my Victoria 3 MP stuff. So for this save, unlike last save, I'm an actual real country with the real population. It's my Turkestan game, same people but different day. This is the Sunday game rather than Saturday game, and I'm Turkestan. Notably in this, I'm basically eating China. In this server, there is a China rule to where after 1870, everyone can go in on China. They can take one state, if I remember correctly, but for me, because I'm Asian, I can do so. That's what I did. I'm in the Russian market. I'm a protectorate. And right now, my main goal is basically get trench warfare in time, so I can basically go in there and actually be a GP. Be an actual thing. Then my other goal is to actually have a real GDP. That's basically I want maybe around 6th and 5th place. In order to do so, I am planning to build tons of rice, opium, and natural industry. I just need to incorporate some of these Chinese states. Now, the really fun part about this is I got GP tech on Turkestan. What happened is that the GP player actually annexed Uzbekistan, which is my country, and then they released me. So I had UK tech, UK laws, UK everything. So I had a really good start. It was the host, and I was like, "Oh, amazing! I'll thank you for giving me GP tech." So I had GP tech, and I actually had better tech than Russia. It was really cool. So this is the literacy map. Here's my population. You'll notice that that's when I started taking natural Chinese states because I saw this, and I was like, "Okay, I actually have to get in there and stop those Europeans from taking up all the land." So that's when I took Szechuan, and that's when I took Ganshu. Now, I didn't want to take any Han homeland because I think it was a little bit gamey, but when I saw that, I thought, okay, yeah, I gotta go in. I gotta go in, it's now or never. So I went in and I took stuff. The UK is very fortunate. It's been a very nice GB, so I got my my accepted pops, so yeah. So I'm really happy. Yeah. Turkestan is a really cool formable. You have like trillion. Here, let me pull it up. Oh, where are you? Here it is. Yeah, I get Uzbekistan, Turkestan, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan. Yeah, I get all Turkic. Now the cool thing is I accept Turkish, or I should accept Turkish. Hmm. Why don't I accept Turks? I should in theory, right? Yeah, they're Turkic. I don't know. I should be able to accept Turkish people. I don't know why I don't know why it's not saying I don't accept them. I should be able to accept them. I don't know. Anyways, I don't know. Anyways, I don't know why. Okay, so anyways, besides that, here's the U.S. The U.S. is basically again like in the last game, they're coming up on number 2 GDP. The UK is probably gonna get overrun by the United States. Germany in this game. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, the other thing you notice is that the GDPs are way higher than the other game. We don't know why. It just is. The Austria again is falling behind. GDP wise, the France has had a really terrible, rough game for France. Noticeably, if you notice here, the Dutch, just like in my other game, they also own a ton of GDP. So this time in Germany. And the cool thing though is that here is the investable income. Here's their income. Here's the UK's income. Just flat out, the income is way better. Like the top 3 are just way better than the Saturday game. Here's the weekly income. You notice here the income are way higher, like tremendously higher than the Saturday game. Overall, the investment pool is again tremendously. Yeah, oh, I'm sorry, no. It's way more efficient. You notice here that these are just AI players. I'm sorry, no, these are not AI players. Notice here that Sweden is a player. However, he is not using investment pool correctly, and so is Canada. However, I believe this might be an AI. I'm not quite sure. I don't remember. But notice here, there's not a lot of players that have it. Notice here, the UK again is inefficient with its investment pool. We can see here the UK is running a deficit of around what it looks like 300k roughly. No, 200k around there. They're having that. What we also notice is the GDP per capita. The UK is at 4.3. Let's look at the Midlands. Let us compare it. Let's take a profitable order. Let's take you. Nope. Okay. Nope. Yeah, notice here still the wages is lower than in my Dutch game for laborers, and also notice here, yes, that the wages are again lower than my Dutch game, which leans to the fact that I believe that what I have in the Saturday game is a bug, or it's one of those weird things about Victoria 3 that the developers probably need to take a look at. And then, unfortunately, unlike my thing, I can't pause and build and use all my construction just because it's really bad here. My next goal is to try to get proportional, so I get a little bit more money. Past this, so I get a little bit more of that. And then in addition, just going on China every single 5 years to guarantee that I will win this game. Colombia is also a player. Again, you notice here blobs. There's a ton of blobbing out. And that Austria and Russia look like they have an agreement. The Ottoman Empire is also a Dutch puppet. That is an extremely interesting thing to note. This was really cool when seeing it, and I don't know. We'll see if I want to change that. We'll see. Germany is, I believe, the strongest in the game right now. Yeah, it is. Yeah, strongest player in the game. Here, I believe they have trench, if I'm not mistaken. I think they have trench already with these. No debt, basically. Insane. Yep. Oh, another cool thing is the Russian player is my DEI player on Saturday. So our roles got reversed. He effectively doesn't even have shrapnel, which is kind of crazy, but he doesn't really need to because that guy got shrapnel. So I'm rushing trench to basically protect my overlord, effectively. We have a Japan player who is basically, I believe he's struggling. This Japan player was the UK player that subbed for the UK that basically left. He's the sub. The UK player is the Germany player on Saturday. The German player, I'm not quite sure who the German player is. I think Saturday's also the same US player too. I'm pretty sure. I'm 99% confident. No, I'm sorry. No. The Austria is the US player from Saturday. He also subbed for Austria, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So he had to recover Austria, and I believe the Italy player is different. But notice here, he has a ton. Oh, I remember now. I remember. Okay, so I'll come back to me. Okay, the Italy player is, I think, going to fight the German player. Yes. Okay, it's coming back to me. Yes, it's coming back to me. Okay. Yeah, I remember now. Okay. The Italy player is the Russian player on Saturday, and the Italy player is basically fought a war against Germany and over colonies. The Italian player managed to snag Dahomey off of him during that war, which is absolutely insane. The only reason why he was able to was because Germany did not put units on his coast, and so he landed in Germany and he took W. Ever since then, the Germany player said "F you" and started to build a fleet. Italy's freaking out because he just doesn't have the GDP and stuff to handle it. And so I signed an alliance with him. Right here, you can see here, Turkestan's going to come in with the aid. I'm building a navy. As you can see here, building a big navy. And at the same time, I'm also building an army too. So that's my main goal, is to save my Italian ally and to protect Russia from both Germany and Austria. And then again, at the same time, also going eastward, so players do not have a chance to gobble up more parts of China, because that's my stuff. And a fun fact about this, and I'm actually looking at it, The Spanish player basically, and the Spanish player and the French player ganked the Dutch player when they were. No, I'm sorry. They basically ganked the Dutch AI because the player was a Belgium, so they snagged the DEI before anyone could do anything, and the UK didn't want to do anything because he was nervous. So the Spanish managed to get the DEI, which is insane to think about. So they basically have a hegemon over East Asia. While of course the US always has this, it always happens. And while look at that beautiful Russian market, just a ginormous one, and hopefully no other player freaks out. So that's it for this game. If you want updates, of course, in the comment section, give out the update.